Hi guys, when Donald Trump was running for president, he said that he would deport foreign criminals, and during the first weeks of his administration, it appeared that those being picked up by ICE, the immigration police, were foreign nationals who had been involved in some crime. However, those numbers dried up pretty quickly, so the net was widened to people who look like criminals. Yes, anyone who had some tattoos that looked dodgy was lifted and shipped off to a prison in El Salvador. This was then followed by individuals who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, people who had green cards and the right to live in the United States. Well, if you thought it would stop there, no. Donald Trump told reporters either on the way over or the way back from playing golf that American citizens could be sent to El Salvador. But he has to check with the law first.
El Salvador, the president there said he would be willing to take American citizens in the federal prison population. Is that one of the ideas you're going to be discussing?
Well, I love that. If we could take some of our 20-time wise guys that push people into subways and that hit people over the back of the head and that purposely run people over in cars, if he would take them, I'd be honored to give them. I don't know what the law says on that, but I can't imagine the law would say anything different. If they can house these horrible criminals for a lot less money than it costs us, I'm all for it. But I'd only do according to the law. But I have suggested that, why should it stop just at people that cross the border illegally? We have some horrible criminals, American grown and born. And if we have somebody that bops an old woman over the head, if we have somebody that is in jail 20 times and goes back and shoots people all over the place and then has a bad judge or a bad prosecutor that do nothing about him, all they worry about is politics, they don't worry about that. I think if we could get El Salvador or somebody to take them, I'd be very happy with it, but I have to see what the law says. Okay, what else?
Oh my goodness. I have to see what the law says, as if Donald Trump cares about the law. Just think about this for a moment. We've moved from, foreign criminals, we need to send those to El Salvador, to, we need to entertain the idea of sending American citizens to El Salvador. American citizens. Donald Trump is asking, I need to check whether it's legal or not. He wants to send Americans. Now, park for a moment who he wants to send, because Donald Trump throwing out these ideas, people who push others in front of trains or whatever. That's irrelevant, because what you're doing is you're breaching the rights and protections of American citizens. Let's ignore the horrible people he's talking about for a moment, because this would affect everyone. Anyone could be lifted and sent to El Salvador. It used to be just foreigners. It used to be just immigrants. It used to be people who are going through the green card process, even green card holders. Now it's American citizens being sent to El Salvador. Now, what is happening in El Salvador? Well, many people are going into these prisons where they're being worked and they have no human rights. They're being completely wiped when they enter those prisons. Many people are being lost in these prisons. And the Trump administration says, we can't find a lot of them, even if it turns out that they didn't commit a crime. Which is completely untrue, but that's setting a narrative that, look, these people are gone and gone forever. And now he wants to send American citizens to El Salvador. This is insane. Once again, Donald Trump may say, I need to check with the law, but he doesn't care about the law. His administration has not respected the law since it took office. So why would he care about the law now? Why would his administration decide actually it would be against the Constitution or against the law to send people to a foreign nation to serve their time? Now, of course, the whole idea of prison is that it rehabilitates people. But Trump is talking about sending people off to another country. This is beyond insane. And of course, this is about, I think at the end of the day, dealing with Trump's political enemies. You step out of line, off to El Salvador. You disagree with the president, off to El Salvador. You protest against the administration, off to El Salvador. That's what the goal here is. And then, of course, El Salvador is making lots of money out of this, and Trump is able to remove a problem. It's difficult to protest in another country. This is extremely dangerous. And unfortunately, there's no one in the administration that's telling him what you're doing is wrong.